A ski field in Wainuiomata, a zoo in Invercargill, a moneyless economy in Nelson, a gondola in Wellington. These are just some of the more creative plans being pitched by candidates in this weekend's local body elections. Nick Butcher reports.
It's not unusual to hear bold, attention-grabbing ideas from prospective mayors and councillors. After all, if you don't get voters' attention, you're not likely to get their votes. Hutt City mayoral hopeful Phil Stratford is a former high-flying property developer who at 65 is standing for mayor. His vision is to create jobs and says an indoor ski field at Wainuiomata would be a real possibility under his leadership at a cost of up to $20 million.
It could be done. I'd scale of 10. I would say 7 out of 10. I reckon I could do that with overseas investors. It's a ski facility in the middle of a population of 450,000 people, and there would be a kiosk looking back over the harbour.
In Nelson, a former airline pilot turned pig farmer running for mayor believes in a moneyless economy and would not accept a salary if elected. Richard Osmuston says a resource-based economy where all goods and services are equally shared is the way forward, and if he is elected, building people's knowledge on this concept would be a top priority. However, he says people don't need to throw away their wallets just yet.
I wouldn't introduce a resource-based economy into Nelson if I were mayor. I'd leave the day-to-day running of the council to the staff, and I would focus on bringing up people's level of education in resource-based economics. Once we're all ready, and we do all have to be ready basically at the same time, once we're ready, then it will be seamless and effortless, and in fact we'll wonder why we didn't do it 20 years ago.
In Wellington, Milton Hollard is standing for the City Council. He's a former public servant, now bookshop owner, and wants more tourist attractions in the capital. One concept is a gondola or tramway from Kent Terrace in the central city up to Mount Victoria.
I know we've already got the cable car, but these sorts of things are not at all unusual. San Francisco has it, Lisbon has it, and I think it would be a good attraction. Not everybody will agree with that idea, I presume, but I think it's a pretty steep climb to get up to Mount Victoria.
In Christchurch, where the rebuild is underway, Kyle Chapman is the leader of the Right-Wing Resistance, a group opposed to immigration. Mr Chapman aspires to be mayor and says if he's elected, he'll make changes to give the mayor more power.
Because at the moment, if the councillors reject things that the mayor wants to do, there's not a lot the mayor can do about it. So one of the things that I want to do is actually bring in referendums for councils, binding referendums. I believe quite strongly in them. I think the people need to be able to have a say on important issues, especially if there's a struggle going on in the council.
In the far south, there'll be changes to Invercargill if voters decide not to return the long-time mayor Tim Shadbolt. Rival Kevin Middleton says if he gets the job, he'll push for a zoo to be built. Postal voting finishes for the local government elections today, but voting papers can be hand-delivered until midday Saturday. For Morning Report, Nick Butcher.